It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Elks' superstar running back. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Elks and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Salt Lake City Elks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
You want to talk about a driven player partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. He'll get it inside the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Elks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's good for 28 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A first carry for Najee Harris, taken down at the 47-yard line. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A give to the fullback on the dive. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On 3rd down, Bradshaw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw. He gets it complete to Harris. And out of bounds right around the 20. From the gun on 3rd down. Bradshaw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it 6 points on the board. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. Rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. On now is the punter, as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. Now Brown. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Off play action. Bradshaw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch good for 16 and a first. Our score after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this down to the 48-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. Bradshaw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to end up incomplete.
Now, based on my math, they've only converted 1 this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Back to throw here. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 8. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Elks have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Off the play fake. Bradshaw. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8. On the give, this is Harris. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Gesicki taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Boswell for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2nd and 11 now. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. operating from the gun. Bradshaw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Boswell's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans, and it's the Texans who are out in front. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium, and they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Khalil Herbert, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the Jaguars, as that one's gone to halftime. The Titans were winners last week. They're looking to get to 2-0, and they lead at home. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bradshaw. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shot the D and ripped off a pretty big play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Boswell's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, plays like that. He'll look to throw. finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. With it is Brown. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bradshaw. On the right side, this is Miller. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bradshaw. Finding Miller once more, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. To throw on 3rd down. Bradshaw. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, this is their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Bradshaw. Harris has it over the middle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Bradshaw got a man. It's Brown. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off play action. Bradshaw. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. He's got it complete to Clark. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Elks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Parkey with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Bradshaw. And incomplete on the deep ball. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Locates Claypool on the crossing route. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Bradshaw. Just keeping the play alive. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Bradshaw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked like the the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Throwing on first down, Bradshaw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Bradshaw looking middle, and it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boswell's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets out making some noise. It's 3rd and short. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one, but incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted them, that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get it behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Salt Lake City, they really sleepwalk through this one as they fall to defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.